Eveliina Salonen is one of the best female disc golfers in the world. She's a major champion among the elite of the Disc Golf Pro Tour, but she has had some rough moments in her career. One of the best throwers the FPO has ever seen, the issue usually isn't with that for her game. Instead, it's the putting. When she's putting good, she's top tier. When it's off, it's bad. These are the best and the worst moments of Eveliina Salonen. Here we go. We all have had some really rough putting moments, but when you're a top-ranked disc golf pro, there are more opportunities for them to be seen. Eveliina has had a very poor history of putting. When she wins, it's on. When she doesn't, it's not good. There are so many moments where she doesn't even hit the basket from like point blank. Here are the worst putting moments for Eveliina in disc golf.
The final round of this tournament last year, she was in her hands and there was no coming back.
Oh, and she's completely missed that. Again, it could have stuck in her hand. Oh no, she's missed another one.
What?
Oh no.
No, come on. Oh my god, a 4-putt to end the day. This is completely unusual.
She'll come down to 5 under for the round and no way.
Oh, and that's even. She had birdied hole 3, I believe. Now you're really gonna make me second guess myself. And Eveliina then, so she probably was able to retrieve that one.
Eveliina.
Oh no! And then carried enough to go all the way to the water. Ouch! Eveliina.
Oh, Eveliina. Yeah, I think it's just her not taking. It's probably just something she needs to do until she's more familiar. And even then, not giving it a chance, just conceding for the double bogey.
Just before COVID hits in 2020, the Las Vegas Challenge would be one of the events that would make it in before the shutdown for part of the season. In the lead for FPO would be Eveliina and Katrina Allen. A big open course that definitely would favor Eveliina, especially heading into the long par 4 on 18. Water cuts through the hole, and for both players, all they need to do is lay up. Then it's match play in from there on. Just a simple layup. Here's Eveliina on the tee.
How things coming out at the end. Eveliina looking to get her first big win of the year as well.
Thunderbird!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, brutal mistake on the last hole.
Pretty rough going OB on a layup, and with how that hole is laid out, not much danger for Katrina Allen. All she has to do is lay up and get up and down for par, which she does. Also, Eveliina almost missed her putt for bogey. It was actually really close to going out. But this was just the Vegas Challenge. A big event, but not as big as this next one, especially for someone from Europe. 2022, the European Open, Eveliina would take on Paige Pierce during the final round. This would have to mean more for her, major title alongside with her being from Finland. Starting out the day with a 2-shot lead over Pierce for that final round, Eveliina would have a couple of pars, couple of bogeys, but the course was playing tough for everyone. She was always within reach of Pierce until hole 17, that is. Long, very long par 3 for the FPO. No birdies on that hole from the FPO field, so it's playing like a safe drive than a layup. For the lead card, that's what they all had to do. Eveliina, just like what we saw in the Las Vegas tournament, would have to do the layup again.
Eveliina, relatively short. Oh, and that has a lot of edge to it. And this is the problem. This needs to sit.
No way. Not at her. No, not when she has home country advantage.
A double bogey would make the major out of reach for Eveliina. Paige Pierce plays it safe on 18, clears for the major title. Now, Eveliina may have fallen short on that major championship, but like I've already said, she's a major winner in her own right. Let's see how she accomplished what so few disc golfers have. We got to go all the way back to 2018, where, in Europe, at the Kona Piste Open, Eveliina would have to not only take on the best in Europe, but also some of the best in the world. With Kristen Tatar and Katrina Allen chasing her down during the final round, Eveliina would play really solid. It would turn out to be Henna Blomroos who would vie for the major title. Coming back from being down 4 shots on the back 9, Henna would pull within 1 shot with 1 hole to play. After pretty much parking on 18, Henna would put all the pressure on Eveliina. With this drive, she could secure her first major title.
Eveliina, she really just has to put something in the middle of the fairway, and oh, she does.
Yeah.
That looks really good right there.
Last hole, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a new winner.
This is a really cool moment. 18 years old, out of Finland, first time major winner.
Over the years since that major, Eveliina would capture a few solid wins on the Pro Tour, such as the 2019 Disc Golf Pro Tour Memorial, as well as the 2020 Waco. But since then, she hasn't won many events. A couple times in 2021, less in 2022, and no wins in 2023. None of those wins being big events on the Pro Tour either, or at a major. But 2024 would be a very different story. Being behind at the first event of the year, the Chess.com Open down in Florida, Eveliina would be down 2 shots with 18 holes left to play. Her 3-under on the front 9 would move her into solo second, just 1 shot behind Missy Gannon. But that back 9, 5 under par, which would become course record. Total for the day, she would shoot 5 shots better than the second best score. It wasn't even close in the end. She had a 3-shot lead on hole 18 and captured the birdie, taking home the first win of the year in Florida, getting off to a really hot start.
I love her. Look at her. There's the smile.
Settling for a birdie to win the event.
Congratulations, Eveliina.
And she carried that momentum on to the first major of the year, the Champions Cup. This time, she started out the final day in the lead. 2-shot lead over Kristen Tatar, who, historically, has been dominating at majors. As in, didn't lose a major in 2023, but even with being in favored in the woods, Kristen would not be able to catch up to Eveliina. Instead, Henna Blumrose and Owen Scoggins would be right behind her during the finishing stretch. Northwoods, you have to just play defense, and with a few-shot lead, it could go AWOL really, really fast. But she would remain steady, holding on to that lead until the final putt. Now, a 2-time major champion winner in disc golf. The latest event for Salonen would be back in Europe at the Disc Golf Pro Tour event for Copenhagen. Down 4 shots going into the final day, Eveliina would have some ground to make up. 3 holes left to play and she's down 2 shots. Hole 16, Kaidi Alsulu, who was in the lead, would have this putt for birdie. Now only down 1 after making a birdie on 16, both players would wash on 17. We go to something I've never seen in a disc golf tournament for hole 18. Hole 18, 1,073 feet, par 6. I love seeing something like this. I think it's cool, something very different, something very, very different actually. Still down 1 on the final hole, Eveliina would play position disc golf to give herself a chance. And Kaidi would do the same. She played it as well as she could, setting herself up for an easy birdie. Here's Eveliina on her 3rd shot. She has to get up and down for eagle 4 on the par 6 to push into a playoff.
Or left. She's trying to go right. And that's a great line, although looks like she's fading out a little bit early. Yeah, that's gonna be within putting distance, but a really tricky putt from that edge of the OB line. This is a putt from 12 meters. She basically has to make this in order to get that 1 stroke from Kaidi. And look at that insane finish with an eagle on the last.
That putt was crazy. We head to a playoff to determine the Copenhagen winner. Hole 7 would be the first playoff hole, an island green about 300 feet. Kaidi would go first, missing the island. Here's Eveliina. All she has to do is make the island.
And it looks good.
No, she's gonna be long OB.
After running the drop zone putt and missing, both players would move on to the next hole. Hole 15, another roughly 300-foot par 3. Eveliina would be up first, putting her drive just outside the circle. Kaidi, on the other hand, would be just inside the circle. A putting battle to determine the playoff winner.
And let's see, Eveliina. Is she going with the stepper again? Similar stepper to on the last hole, and look at that! She has made another putt from outside the circle. What are we watching right now? And Kaidi unfortunately missing.
We may have started out the best and the worst moments of Eveliina with all her bad putting, but in the end, you can't win without being a good putter. It's the biggest difference in the sport. She may have had struggles with it in the past and with close calls at events, but when she wins and when the putter's feeling good, Eveliina is one of the best FPO disc golfers out there. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe and all that jazz. We will see you next time. Cheers.